I know you went to the scout school and you got a couple different teams that were interested, and just what's it mean to have this opportunity and to have things going well right now in pro ball?
Yeah, I mean, it's the highest level. You can't get any higher than this. So, just to be able to be, given this opportunity to be able to coach some of the best players in the world, and help them develop. And one day, a lot of these guys are going to be playing at the major league level. To be able to have an impact not only as a coach, but be able to have relationships with them, for me is super important. And every day, I'm just grateful for the opportunity.
You told Michael why you got into this, but can you explain again why you decided to make that change from a college scene to pro ball?
Yeah, I think just the difference in, the piece to the development part, just the opportunity to be able to just make a bigger impact. I feel like for me, the thing with college, being able to do professionally, I was able to kind of hone on a little bit more of like the coaching aspect of it. College, there's a lot of different things besides coaching from an administrative standpoint. But with this, I'm able to kind of focus on just the coaching piece, and that's pretty cool, and that's an awesome kind of opportunity for me. So I'm excited to be able to do that.
Do you think this is where your future is, or would you coach head coach again, or?
Who knows? I'm where my feet are. I just want to be great at what I'm doing currently in the moment, and I'm not really focused on anything beyond this season. We still have, we're at the halfway point, but we're in the middle of playoff contention. We're in the middle of the thick of it, and there's a lot of these guys that still need development every day. So I'm never really looking past anything. I'm always kind of currently where I'm at. We'll see after the season. I don't want to say anything either way or the other, but I'm having a blast being with the O's.
Is it a year to year contract that you're under,
Yeah, yeah, it's year to year.
or so it looks like you're
Everything's year to year, Nick. We know, like, there's no job that's not year to year.
just want to make sure. I don't want to misspeak. I'm not sure. Sometimes I don't know. I don't want
Yeah, no,
to.
you're
um,
good.
looks like you spend a lot of time at first base during the games. Can you kind of just describe what a day in, day out looks like for you?
Yeah, so we get to the park at like noon. And then, I do a daily fundamental review. So I pull video from the game before, or I pull video from a major league game and show that as an example, talk about it as a group, and then we'll go over the pitcher, that the starting pitcher for the night, their tendencies from a base running standpoint. I'm working with the outfielders and the base runners. And then we'll also do like pregame work. So the outfielders will come out. It may be a day we do machine work or fungo work. Again, I get there about noon, and then we'll do that about 1 o'clock, 2:30, and then batting practice, and then I'll help out with the hitters with throwing or either feeding them the machine. Then we'll do that Fundy review, and then by that time, like we're getting ready for the game. So it's definitely long days.
Is there are there any similarities between what you're doing here and what you were doing with us in Eau Claire?
No. Outside of the games, no, it's completely different. I don't have to worry about post game meals. It's none of that. All that stuff's kind of taken care of. It's a completely different world, a completely different mindset, a completely different daily approach to things. With so many games here, it's a marathon. In college, every game kind of counts more because it's a smaller size of 40. So here it's like we play so many games. It's like we're just trying to get better every day, 1%. I mean, it's the complete opposite.
What are you enjoying most? Is it forming that connection with a player and seeing them realize that skill you're trying to teach them, or is it something different?
I'm just grateful, man, to be able to come out and do this every day. I really am. Like, I don't take this stuff for granted. Being able to just have an opportunity to make an impact at all for me is a total blessing. The relationships part for me has always been a crucial thing as far as like, being able to know where these guys come from. They all have such different stories. Some of these guys are 20th rounders, some of them are first rounders. Their signing bonuses are all different. They all come from different programs. It's so cool to hear all their stories and hear how they got here. and just be able to continue the growth with them, man. It's awesome. They're all so different.
You mentioned Charlie when you talked to Evan. Do you keep in touch with Charlie or any other former players of yours? I know you guys are so busy, but
Yeah, Charlie and I probably talk 4 times a week, no different than what we've ever done. We're always keeping touch and keeping tabs on what each other's doing. He's doing a great job right now. He's at the low A level in San Jose. He's family to me. You know, I've seen him grow up, and I know his family well. They know my family really well. So he's a kid. He's always, no matter what he's doing in life, he's always going to be somebody close to me.
how I'm assuming you talk about everything. How has Charlie adjusted to pro ball, and have you seen him make any strides with his game?
He's a good player. You know, the biggest thing about pro ball, you gotta the thing that'll separate guys are the guys that can figure out what works for them the soonest, and the less that you can kind of search and kind of find things all over. And it's a process. It takes years. So he's figuring that out. He's having success. But it doesn't matter who it is for anybody. It's a lot. You know, you go from playing, 40, 60 D1 games maybe, and then now you're playing 136 or 130, that's a lot for anybody. So I think the mental piece to it for anybody being able to do that in their first full season is a challenge. So it's even a challenge for coaches, even guys, whether it's me or guys that have been doing this for 15 years. So you got to constantly try to like reinvent different ways to kind of go about it and keep yourself into it.
Do you keep in touch with anybody else?
I keep in touch with a lot of guys. I keep in touch with guys from the Blugolds program still. I keep in touch with guys that I've coached at Illinois Tech, Chicago State. I keep in touch with all my guys. I try to make sure that when I tell them that I'm invested in them as people, that I'm not just saying that, and that's not just coaches talk to me. I'm invested in them all the time, how they're doing, how their families are doing. It's funny, like these guys are starting to become adults now. They got these full-time jobs, they got families, but they're getting married. I'm getting invited to weddings now, so it's crazy. I'm starting to feel it.
It sounds like a great life, though. I mean, it just sounds like a great place to be.
It is, man. Like on top of that, like I say it all the time. I'm blessed. It's an awesome thing. This career can take you a lot of different ways. You can go. It's you said year to year. And we were joking about it and laughing, but that it is like it's literally that. So it's just fun being a part of it. It's fun being able to just do these things and have these life experiences, man, and be able to sit back, as my kids grow up and go through it and be able to kind of reflect. It's awesome.